Hi everyone, I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah.
And today we're gonna talk a little bit about the fact that we're working again.
Okay, so to start, we both have been not doing our typical day job, if you will, since last March, because we both worked in restaurants. So obviously, as soon as restaurants were shut down for safety, for the safety of the community, then we were out of work.
Yeah, and we have been basically since.
Yeah, we had considered applying to different positions, but until we ourselves got sick, we were like, it's not worth the risk.
Like, we have a place that we're comfortable staying at, that we will be able to stay at,
as long as
unchanging as long as we need.
Yeah.
So we are totally fine. And then we kind of both caught it, and then I was kind of like, how do you feel about working again so that we can possibly move out?
And we were like, yeah, that's what we gotta do.
I applied to a place in the middle of all of this, before we had caught it, and I didn't get that job, and I just didn't really feel the need to apply to anywhere else, so I just basically stopped until recently, actually just last month.
And I had been applying to distance jobs throughout the pandemic, on and off. I'd go through waves of applying to a lot of different positions. But because so many people were laid off or unable to work in offices, obviously every distance position had I could literally see hundreds of applicants.
Yes, on every position.
Everything was very competitive, and so that's why I say it was in waves of energy that I was putting towards that. Yeah, but then once we had caught the big C, I guess I'll apply to regular jobs.
So I started my job a week ago. Yeah, and it's been oddly really normal feeling to what it felt like before. Now everyone's just wearing a mask, but that seems so normal that it just seems like it's just a normal workplace. It doesn't seem like anything's really different. I also work extremely early in the morning with one other person. I'm a delivery driver for a restaurant, and so it's just me and one other person in a truck, and so
it feels lower risk than a lot of different positions. Another thing too that I feel has changed in how we approached this job search was because we weren't if we don't get this job, we will be out of a home or something like that.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
were able to try and be more selective because it's really hard to find jobs that pay a living wage.
I think this is happening everywhere. I mean, a lot of people are kind of talking about it a little bit, but places are no one's coming back to work, and unemployment is making people not want to go back to work anymore, and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And it's no, people just are making the unemployment money, and which means that they're okay waiting for a job that's actually going to pay them a living wage.
Exactly.
Because it's slowly happening where places are raising their wages and paying a more livable wage. Yeah. And I think as people, we're kind of just in a secure place that we can wait for it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of different to how we approached this. That's one of the reasons why it took us a longer time to find jobs, is because we were we don't want to go back to the same wage that we were at before the pandemic, because that was already low,
So we found jobs with better pay, and we both really like our bosses.
Yeah.
Which is very, very, very important.
Yeah, that was another thing, that taking that much time off of working a job that you do at least 5 days a week, it gave us time to realize that if we don't have to, if we aren't in dire financial stress and need to find whatever job we can, I'd really, really rather not find one that, takes a toll on our mental health. Which working in, on the floor of a restaurant, which we both have done, and in the kitchens, is really freaking stressful.
It really is.
And as much as it is, it's not a job where you take work home with you, that, obviously you can't do your job until once you're off the clock, it is so exhausting. Dealing with customers in, that fast-paced
environment.
High volume, fast paced is really hard.
Also, me and Sarah had some conversations during the pandemic of how I think not having a job for so long kind of brought a realization of like how much we can get done without one. So that also kind of like delayed us. But then it also opened up the fact that like the jobs we're working right now are not what we want to do for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
And what we do want to do for the rest of our lives, we were able to have a lot more time to work on that and kind of get better and perfect it. And we both, I think, kind of realized that, like, don't think we actually have to work that much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think before the pandemic, it was really, like, trying to work and save, like, as much money as possible. And, like, I was literally just taking, like, all the extra shifts I could and, like, saving as much money as possible. Because I'm like, I'm going to use it for trips or blah, blah, blah.
And it seems so normal to be like, okay, I have to work, like, 40 hours a week. And I have to make as much money as I can and whatever and whatever.
But now I'm like, okay, I'm trying to save that money, or like I'm earning money to be able to afford things that make me happy or like make my life full. And if I'm working that much, it's impossible.
Exactly. That's what happened to both of us is like I was, as some of you may know, hello new people, if you don't know this yet, I do music. And I had a job, and I've had jobs because I want to support myself, obviously. But if I'm working 5 days a week and I come home really tired mentally and physically, I'm not really going to work on music or get anything done.
Yeah, it's just...
So, and then like we were working to try and be able to support ourselves to do what we loved, and then not doing what we loved because we were so tired.
I think there's so many people out there, and I think it should be discussed more and kind of normalized more, the idea of working a day job to fund and fuel your... passion projects and passion jobs.
But not one that's gonna burn you out of not wanting to do your passion.
Exactly. You have to find jobs that are like the right balance, that it gives you enough financial stability to, pay the bills, but doesn't take so much from you that you can't do the passion projects, because then what's the point?
It's very hard to sit and watch your partner do a job that stresses them out to the point where they're just like, I don't even want to do what I actually want to do. Exactly. It's very hard to watch that. Because you're just like, but you're so good at it and that's what you want to do. Like, it is what you want to do, but you're just being mentally and physically drained 5 days a week.
Yeah. Exactly.
And there's no reboot time.
Yeah. So I throughout this past year, I've been doing freelance graphic design work here and there. Thank you. So, in looking for like a day job for like a steady paycheck and, FaceTime with people out of the house, I was looking for something that was just part-time, which is oddly kind of hard to find. Something that's part-time that isn't, I didn't want to be on the floor of a restaurant again.
Yeah.
So I found a position in a woman-owned shop that sells all kinds of handmade wares, which means you get to interact with a lot of different beautiful products and really cool people that, are doing creative things as well. So I feel like it'll be a nice source of inspiration to keep me working on my own passion projects, as I'm like literally surrounded in a big room full of other people's passion projects. But the same thing where it's like there's a maximum amount of people in the shop allowed at a time, which means
6 people.
Yeah, only 6 people are allowed in the shop at a time, so it will never be super overwhelming. And I will be working independently, but the other staff is also all women, and they all seem really nice.
Yeah. And I am now a delivery driver for a French bakery here in Portland. There's one location in Washington, in Vancouver, but this means that this is a downside for a lot of people, but it's okay to me. I have to be at work at about 3 o'clock in the morning, but that means that I am off of work by like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, so I have my entire day, which has been amazing. And as soon as my sleep schedule gets like on time with this job, like this is going, and it's also, I'm not gonna lie, it's really kind of an easy job.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning,
It's
so you're
not
kind
draining.
of tired. Yeah, it's not mentally draining like that. It's just, it's been so much fun. The people that I get to work with are hilarious.
You get to watch the sunrise.
My
most
boss
days.
is an amazing French baker.
Yeah.
And he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. And it just seems like he truly like cares about my well-being.
I was gonna say that's a big thing I think about both the places that we like were lucky enough to find a position with is it seems like both of our bosses care about their staff.
Like for
and their
instance,
businesses.
today, right now for us it is Tuesday, and my boss did the schedule, but he messed up the schedule and gave me Tuesday and Wednesday off when he meant to put Thursday and Friday off. So I did not come in today because on the schedule it said not to come in. Instead of texting me from like a normal boss, your text would probably be like, where are you? What are you doing? You're supposed to be in work right now. He said, hey, are you okay? Is there anything I can help you with? Please let me know. Like that was the text. It wasn't, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It was
You're supposed to
person
be here
first.
right now. It was like, hey, are you okay? Is there anything I can help you with? Please let me know. And then we text back and forth, and he was like, yep, you're right, that's my fault, I'm super sorry.
Yeah.
And that was just like really amazing this morning. So basically, we now both have jobs that we both like, and I think will allow us to be able to do the creative things that we love to do,
like
that we kind of want to do for the rest of our lives. And that is really, really amazing. But with all of that, I will say it was kind of hard to find jobs with everything that we needed to be able to feel like we were moving forward. But I think that with us waiting and kind of taking our time to find a job that actually did give us that, we found them.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
I'm
With
very
that said,
proud
we're
of us.
only like a week and 2 weeks in, but so we'll see how it goes as we continue.
We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah. But yeah, we both found work that will allow us to keep doing what we love outside of work too. So.
And hopefully, a surprise coming in a couple months.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh my goodness.
But that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope maybe this inspired you to maybe hold out for that job that you want, or to take the job that you've been offered that you maybe want.
Or just keep applying. That's the biggest thing I can say is like, I went through so many different waves of applying to like, literally I would sit down and apply to like 8 jobs at a time. And then not hear back from a single one. Maybe one would be like, sorry, you weren't the right fit or something like that. But
I think in this batch of applying that I did, I applied to like 5 and I only heard back from this one.
Yeah, so it's really hard to keep getting, it feels like keep getting doors shut in your face. But, take your time if you can and take care of yourself as you're going through that process. Okay.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.